What's up, guys? It's Andrew,
And Jeff's here in the background.
and we are going to show you how to custom dye a disc golf disc using Elmer's glue. So here's some things you're going to need. You're just going to need a newspaper, your dye that you want to use. We are using Idye poly. You're going to need a plate the size of the disc at least, just a normal bottle of Elmer's glue, and a disc of your choosing, preferably a Star plastic or a premium plastic like Star plastic. Those dye the best. Alright, so the first step, put your disc over your newspaper so you don't make a mess. And all I'm going to do here, as I have my Elmer's glue, I'm just going to go back and forth over my disc a lot of times. I'll start now.
If you notice, he started off the newspaper. That's so you don't get large globs of glue in one spot, creating obviously large parts of the disc that don't get stained. Kind of recommend that. I mean, if you want, you can actually use large globs and create a pattern with that, but we like this method better.
Alright, so I am done with this first layer of Elmer's glue. A few things I wanted to point out. If you noticed here, I went off the paper, or I went onto the paper a lot, and that's so that the edges of the disc still have straight lines, where if you were to try to just keep it on the disc rather than go onto the paper, you might get some curved lines on the edges. So this is just to make sure that they stay straight. And if you notice the amount of glue that I've put on here, hopefully you can see this. I actually put quite a bit of glue on. This is going to be the only color, or this layer is going to be the only chance to stay the disc's original color. So all the glue that you see here, after I dye it, it's going to remain white. And another thing, if you have a handy dandy disc fan like this, pointed at the disc, it's going to make the glue dry a lot faster. And you'll know that the glue is completely dried whenever it's clear. Alright, so the glue is done drying. You can't see it at all. That's what you want. We got our dye here. I have my syringe that I got from Walgreens for free. And I got my plate. First thing you want to do is just transfer, I'd say about 3 full syringefuls of dye onto the plate. I'm starting off with yellow because that's my lightest color that I want to put on my disc. You want to start with your lighter colors, because if you try to put the lighter colors over the darker colors, it's not going to work at all. So you start with the lighter colors.
Keep in mind that as you're adding the colors, each consecutive color will get darker and darker. So lighter colors will take on more color even if you don't want them to. Kind of keep that in mind as you're going.
I'm actually going to do about 4 or 5. I want to make sure this yellow is really dark. Alright, so I have the dye on here, and as you notice, it doesn't cover up the entire bottom of the plate. What you can do is you can just add some water from your faucet, and it's not going to mess the dye up or anything. It's just going to fill the bottom of it so that your entire face of your disc is going to be submerged. Alright, so I just added the water. Now I just want to stir slowly to make sure that the dye and the water are well mixed. And after it is all mixed, I'm going to take my disc. I'm just going to lay it face down very gently, because you don't want this to splatter. And just like that, you can see it floating here. That's what we want. And you're going to let this sit for about, I'd say, 45 minutes to an hour. And then come back and check it. You should have a dyed disc. Alright, so it's been about 45 minutes to an hour. I'm ready to take this out, Just gonna have the water running. You'll lift it up by the edges with your thumbs. That's the easiest way. And I'll let this drain off just a little bit. We're gonna throw it into the sink. Alright, so this is after the first layer of glue has been completely taken off. You know, yellow's not going to be very dark. Hopefully you can see the difference. You can see the yellow stripes in contrast of the white disc. Alright, so done with the second color, green. I'm just going to pull it out of the green. I'm going to show you what it'll look like. You can see the glue has kind of started to turn white again. It was clear when you put it in the dye, but it turned white. That's normal. And now I'm just going to transfer it onto this other plate so I can go rinse it off. Alright, so this is what it has looked like. This is what it looks like after I've rinsed off all the glue. You can see the green and then a little bit of yellow in the background and white. So there's 2 layers, and next I'm going to add orange. Okay, so this is the finished product. I just added the orange, and I decided I am not going to add the red because I like how this turned out. I like the way these colors blend together. But I have a little bit of white, which was my base color of the disc. Then I have yellow, which is probably really hard to see. And then I added green next. And then my last color that I did was orange, which you can see there. Turned out pretty awesome. Let me know what you guys think. Thanks for watching.